And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Satellite imagery for today showing a band of clouds associated with the front up here, low pressure farther back up into the Arctic Ocean, that moving eastward and southward here, bringing rain in across the north slope, pushing to the eastern Arctic coast, extending back down toward the northwest coast. Drier conditions to the south through here, with some clouds up over the eastern interior and variable clouds here down over south central Alaska, coming eastward, and then picking up a little bit of moisture here with some showers over toward Yakutat area, and then this area of cloudiness coming northward. They're bringing some rain into Prince of Wales Island this afternoon. Otherwise, the central part of the southeast coast pretty good today. And putting this into motion again, you can see partly to mostly sunny skies, Kodiak Island back up into the Kuskokwim Valley, back out here to the west as this area slides northward. So looking at some moisture coming down out of the northeast, but just clouds over the northern panhandle except for around Yakutat, again with some showers. A little bit of light moisture here with this system as it passes by, mostly to the south of the eastern Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula. Then a bigger mass of clouds out here to the west and northwest. Forecast for tonight, that area of cloudiness is associated with this rather active front by comparison to what the other features on the map here. Some gusty winds and rain up over the northwestern Bering Sea. Lighter amounts down toward the Aleutians there with that front in the southern portion. Good high pressure out in advance of that system over the Bering Sea up into the Chukchi Sea. So light winds, dry conditions here through much of this area continuing, and that front pushing eastward and again pushing southward. Some pretty good rain coming into the central interior overnight tonight, with showers developing here with that weak low over the Tanana Valley into the Alaska Range. Some showers popping up along the North Gulf Coast and up into the Copper River Basin. Maybe the Alaska Range stays fair over Kodiak Island, Bristol Bay. Clouds on the increase here, south central Alaska, and some mixed precipitation in the form of light showers possible for the central and western Arctic coast. And still looking at kind of showery conditions for Yakutat. This area continues to increase, or this system continues to increase the rain over the southern southeast coast this evening and overnight tonight. Central and northern areas, though, staying pretty good with some clearing. Light winds, all areas down that way. In fact, light winds all across the Gulf of Alaska and the mainland areas here and the Bering Sea. This system dropping off to the southeast continues to drop off to the southeast for Tuesday. And it looks like this moisture will drop southeastward here and bring a pretty good chance of some rain and showers in across south central Alaska, especially the Susitna Valley, northward into the Alaska Range, Tanana Valley, upper Tanana Valley, 40-mile country, northward to the eastern Arctic coast. We'll see some precipitation tomorrow through this area, dry back in the west with increasing clearing skies, and partly sunny over the southeast coast with continued light wind conditions there. High pressure ridging into the northwest interior and the Seward Peninsula, drying it out. Light winds, partly to mostly sunny skies developing through this area here, with the stronger system still back out here to the west, being directed up to the northeast there. We'll see on Wednesday, that makes a pretty good jog here off to the east-northeast, bringing some gusty winds and moderate amounts of rain from the Yukon Delta right on up to the central and western Arctic coast, down across St. Lawrence Island, and look for some pretty gusty winds, probably gale force winds possibly in some areas here, especially at Cape Lisburne, Point Hope, the normally windier areas there, Lisburne Hills, down into the Bering Strait with this system. To the east, drier and still mild by comparison here, and partly sunny skies in a swath from the upper Yukon Valley, maybe the eastern Brooks Range, possibly the eastern Arctic coast with that southerly wind flow there. Probably see some partial clearing there, and that'll extend right on down into Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula. Dry conditions for the eastern Aleutians, and then this front trails out to a weak system out here over the western Aleutians with some light rain there. And the southeast coast with high pressure right along the coastline there, not too bad. Getting winds light, maybe an isolated shower or two, and that's about it. Then this moisture shifting off into the Copper River Basin and showers tapering off here for the Mananuska Valley and the Talkeetnas, as well as the Kenai Peninsula. And looking at the day for Thursday, partly sunny skies, southern Alaska, some isolated to widely scattered showers developing over the mountainous terrain of the Kenai Peninsula, Talkeetnas, of course the Alaska Range there, maybe the Chugach. Same thing for the Copper River Basin. Mostly cloudy, showers in the central interior, and then areas of showers and rain, possibly mixed with snow for the eastern North Slope and the Arctic coast, and back into the Brooks Range there. But the southwest, Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, on down into Cook Inlet, partly sunny skies. Same thing for the Alaska Peninsula. Panhandle looking good with a chance of rain along the coast of Prince of Wales Island in the afternoon of that system to the south. Out to the west here, this week low, bringing some light rain, fog, and drizzle into the Pribilof Islands. Stronger system farther to the west, bringing another batch of moisture with increasing winds and rain with that warm front there back to the west. And for the lows for tonight, in the 30s for the North Slope out to the Arctic coast, otherwise in the 40s and 50s for the remainder of the state, including the Bering Sea and the Aleutians, as well as the southeast coast, lows upper 40s to lower 50s. Highs tomorrow, 60s to near 70 over the southeast coast. Craig Klawock could reach 70 degrees, mid to upper 60s for Bristol Bay, and lower 60s for south central Alaska here with the cloudier skies and the better chance for some rainfall. Upper 50s, Copper River Basin, Tanana Valley, 40s and 50s for the North Slope and Arctic coast. And then the lows, upper 20s to mid 30s here through the Brooks Range there with 27, that forecast low at Anatuvik Pass. Otherwise, upper 30s to near 40 or into the 40s there for the Arctic coast. And mostly in the 30s, see mid 30s here all the way down into the northern Kuskokwim Valley, Nikolai, McGrath, down into the mid 30s there, and also over toward Eagle, lows in the mid 30s, Fairbanks around 44. And then for the highs on Wednesday afternoon, not too bad here, mid to upper 60s there for the southern panhandle, near 60 for Kodiak Island, and 60s here south central Alaska, Tanana Valley, up into the Yukon Flats, back down toward Bristol Bay, 66 forecast high for Dillingham. Otherwise in the 50s here to the north with recovering temperatures there for the Arctic coast, upper 40s to mid 50s. And looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, August 24th through 28th, warmer than average in the forecast here for southern Alaska, Kodiak Island, Bristol Bay, into the southern panhandle, and then about normal in the central interior, below normal for areas to the north.